The day you brought your baby home from the hospital, your dog already knew something had changed. You hadn't said a word. The baby hadn't made a sound yet, but your dog walked up to that car seat, lowered their head slowly, and just stayed there, quiet, still, like they had taken on a job no one asked them to do. If you've lived that moment, you know exactly what I mean. There was something in those eyes, something ancient, something that stopped you right there in the doorway. Most people brush it off. They say, "Oh, the dog is just curious. The dog is sniffing the new smell," and then they move on. But here's the thing. What you witnessed in that moment wasn't curiosity. It wasn't confusion. And it wasn't a coincidence. It was one of the most extraordinary things any animal can do. And once you understand what's really happening inside your dog's mind, you will never see them the same way again. Let's start at the very beginning. Before you even walked through that door, your dog was already processing something. Newborn babies carry a scent unlike anything else in the world. It's soft, warm, unmistakably alive. And to a dog, whose nose is thousands of times more sensitive than ours, that scent says one thing very clearly: small, fragile, needs protection. And in a dog's mind, fragility doesn't trigger aggression. It triggers something much deeper. It triggers care. Your dog didn't see a stranger. They saw the smallest member of the pack, and everything inside them shifted to protect it. But it's not just the scent. Your dog was watching you too. Dogs are extraordinary readers of human emotion. They track the way you hold your body, the softness in your voice, the way your eyes change when you look at something you love. And the moment you held that baby, something in your body changed completely. Your heartbeat slowed, your arms curved inward. Your whole being said, "This is the most precious thing I have ever held." Your dog felt that. They felt the warmth radiating off you, and they understood, without a single word, that this tiny creature was everything to you. And in a dog's world, what matters deeply to their person matters deeply to them too. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Dogs carry something inside them that goes back thousands of years. Long before they were our pets, they were pack animals. And in a pack, the most important rule is this: you protect the ones who cannot protect themselves. Pups, the injured, the old, the new. That instinct never left. It just transferred. And the moment your newborn entered the home, your dog's brain quietly registered, "This is the pup of the pack. This one is mine to guard." That's why dogs pace near the nursery. That's why they sleep outside the bedroom door. That's why they lift their head every time the baby makes the smallest sound, even before you hear it. Because their ears pick up frequencies you simply cannot. The tiny shift in a baby's breathing pattern, the early tremor before a cry, the change in heartbeat that says something is wrong before it becomes obvious. Your dog is not reacting to danger. They are anticipating it. They are one step ahead, always. They're not being a good dog. They're being exactly what they were always meant to be. And this is the part most people completely misunderstand. When some dogs growl at a stranger who comes too close to the baby, people panic. They think the dog is aggressive. They think the dog is dangerous. But in almost every case, that low growl is not a threat. It's a boundary. It's your dog saying, "Do not come near what I am watching over." It is the same sound a wolf makes at the entrance of a den. It is not violence. It is loyalty in its rawest form. And then there's the gentleness. Have you ever watched a large dog, a big, powerful animal, place their paw near a newborn with extraordinary delicacy? Like they somehow understood that this tiny body could break? Because they do understand. Dogs naturally soften their touch around small and fragile creatures. They do it with puppies, they do it with injured animals, and they do it with your baby, instinctively, without being taught, without being rewarded. No one trained that gentleness into them. It was already there. But here is the truth that breaks your heart a little, in the best possible way. When your baby arrived, your dog's whole world changed overnight. The routine shifted, your attention divided. The smells and sounds of the home transformed entirely. Your dog didn't ask for any of that. They didn't understand why it was happening, and yet they adapted. They absorbed the change, the confusion, the loss of undivided attention, and they chose quietly and completely to love the thing that changed everything, not because they were told to, not because they got a treat for it, but because the pack comes first, the family comes first, always. There are thousands of stories, families who have watched their dogs lay outside a nursery for hours without moving, dogs who refused to sleep in another room, dogs who pressed their bodies gently against a crying baby's crib until the crying stopped. Not trained behavior, not a trick, just a choice. A quiet, faithful, extraordinary choice to stay. He's not just a dog sleeping near your baby's crib. He decided, the moment that child entered the world, that he would not let them face it alone. Most of us spend months preparing for a baby. We buy the right furniture, the right monitor, the right everything. But almost no one stops to think about what their dog is going through, the adjustment, the effort, the enormous quiet act of loving a stranger who just took their place at the center of the family and doing it without complaint, without resentment, and with a kind of grace that most humans could never manage. Your dog looked at your newborn and made a decision. This one is mine to love. This one is mine to keep safe. Not random, not meaningless, not accidental. The dog did not ask to be a guardian. He simply became one, the way all the best things in life happen, quietly, completely, and without condition. If this video made you think of your dog differently, share it with someone who has a dog and a baby, or someone who's about to. And tell me in the comments, what was the first thing your dog did when they met your newborn? Because I promise you, whatever it was love. Just in a language we're still learning to read. And if you want to go deeper, the next video is about something even more surprising. How dogs sense a pregnancy before you even know yourself. The signs, the science, the stories. It's coming soon, so hit subscribe and I'll see you there.